Summary of the book 100 Simple Secrets of the Happy. May 18, 2021. The book 100 Simple Secrets of the Happy is one of the distinguished books through which the writer was keen to present us with a detailed scientific research on happiness, its causes, and the most important secrets of obtaining it in life. Below we will summarize many of the important ideas contained in it by the author David Bevan. Your life has purpose and meaning. You didn't exist in this life just to fill a void, or to be a shadow in someone else's movie. Let's think about this. Nothing could be the same if you didn't exist in this life. Every place you've been, every person you've talked to would be different if you weren't around. We are all interconnected, and we are all affected by decisions and even those around us. Studies of older Americans indicate that one of the best predictors of happiness is whether a person believes that there is a goal in his life. Without a clear specific goal, we find that 7 out of 10 people feel unstable in their lives. If there is a goal, 7 out of 10 people are satisfied. Use a plan for happiness. We think that happy and unhappy people are born like this, but both categories of people do things that create and enhance their mental state. Happy people make themselves happy, and unhappy people keep doing things that bother them. Happy people do not live one success after another, and the unhappy do not live one failure after another, and the fact of the matter is that both happy and unhappy people live similar life experiences, as studies show. The difference is that the unhappy person spends more than twice the time thinking about the unpleasant events in his life, while the happy person tends to search and rely on information that illuminates his personal view. Read also, Happiness, its concept, definition, and ways to reach it. You don't have to win every time. Extremely competitive people who always want to win get less. If they lose, they are very disappointed, and if they win, that is what they expected. Competitiveness can be a hindrance to contentment in life, because achievement cannot be sufficient, failure is especially devastating, and extraordinary competitors rate their success lower than some people rate their failure. Your goals should be aligned with each other. All 4 tires of your car must be aligned properly. Otherwise the 2 left tires will go in a different direction than the other 2. In this case, the car will not move, as well as the targets. It is necessary that they all be in the same direction. If the goals conflict, your life will not go well. In a long study of the topics over a period of more than a decade, the life conviction was linked to the harmony of life goals. The goals related to work life, education, family and geography are all important, and they represent in total 80% of satisfaction, and these goals must be consistent in order to lead to positive conclusions, i.e. to achieving goals. Be wise in your comparisons. Many of our feelings of satisfaction, or dissatisfaction, are due to how we compare ourselves to others. When we compare ourselves to those who are better than us, we feel dissatisfied, and when we compare ourselves to those who are less than us, we feel good. Despite the fact that our lives are the same in both cases, how we feel about our lives can change dramatically based on the comparison we make. Compare yourself with examples that make sense and make you feel comfortable with who you live with and what you have. Exploit friendship. Bring back the warmth and enthusiasm of your old relationships and take advantage of opportunities at work, or with your neighbors to broaden your friendship base. People need to feel part of something bigger, that they care about others, and that other people care about them too. A warm relationship is more beneficial than personal satisfaction. In other words, a person's view of the world in general is the most important element in happiness. If you feel close to others, you will feel 4 times more satisfied with yourself than you would feel if you were not close to anyone. Turn off the TV. Television is a generous filling that distances us from the essence of our lives. Psychologists have found that some of those who watch a lot of television are unable to follow a conversation. In other words, and as one of the psychologists said, TV steals our time and never returns it. Don't turn on the TV just because it's there, and because that's what you usually do. Turn it on only when there's something you want to watch. The hours you gain again can be used to do something with your family or friends, or to find a rare moment of quiet for yourself. And away from the TV, you can do something fun instead of wasting time meaninglessly. Watching too much TV can double our craving for more possession, and reduce our personal conviction by 5% for every hour we watch TV daily. Friendship defeats money. If you want to know if someone is happy, don't ask him about his bank balance, but ask him about his friends. Contrary to the popular belief that happiness is difficult to explain, or that it depends on having great wealth, the researchers identified the basic elements in a happy life, which lie in the sympathy of friends, the warmth of a close family, and a good relationship with co-workers and neighbors. Together, these elements constitute 70% of personal happiness. Be realistic in your expectations. Happy people don't get everything they want, but they want most of what they get. In other words, they want the game for themselves so as to fix the things they have. People who find themselves dissatisfied with life often set hard-to-reach goals and expose themselves to failure. On the other hand, people who set and reach high goals are no happier than those who set and achieve modest goals. Whether you're assessing your situation at work or your relationship with your family, don't start with fanciful pictures of the richest man in the world, or bright pictures of the perfect family in the world, but stick with the real thing and work hard to make things better. It's not important to make them perfect. People's goals correlate strongly with the potential and happiness. In other words, the more realistic and achievable people's goals are, the more satisfied they will feel about themselves, and people who conclude that achieving the goals is unattainable, do not feel satisfied with themselves by 10%. Read also, 7 Habits That Happy People Practice in Their Daily Lives. Don't face your problems alone. Problems can appear as unsolvable, and we are social creatures who need to discuss our problems with others, whether those who give us utmost care, or those who have encountered similar problems. When we are alone, problems grow, but by sharing them we can get another perspective and find solutions. An experiment was conducted on a group of women with a low degree of life satisfaction, and some of these women were introduced to women who went through the same situation, and some of them were left alone to deal with their concerns. Over time, it was found that those who interacted with other women had a 55% reduction in their concerns, while there was no improvement in the women who were left alone. Develop home monotony. We often feel that the homework that must be done regularly is stressful for us. As we clean the kitchen, then come the role of sweeping the living room, cleaning the yard, and then dozens of duties awaiting completion. Set a reasonable schedule to complete your work, and instead of facing an endless stream of work, you will find in front of you a list of tasks that you have to do every day. With this system you will not find yourself lost wondering what to do. In studies of families, monotony in housework improves daily personal satisfaction by 5%. Don't be overprotective. None of us want any of our loved ones to get hurt, but we have to let them live their lives. Spending our time worrying and trying to stop them from doing what they want is the real danger in itself and will leave us in constant worry. People are becoming more afraid even though there is nothing to worry about. The danger, as Franklin Roosevelt once said, is that the fear will become worse than the thing we fear. Not leaving the house, preventing children from playing sports, or avoiding other things because we are afraid is not a solution to prevent a potential danger, but rather a risk of a different kind. and at a time when we need to make rational decisions, we have to look at the precautions to avoid things that make life is valuable. Studies of thousands of parents have found downsides to overprotection, including an increased time to live in anxiety and depression. In short, being overprotective does not provide a better life of satisfaction or contentment. Don't be aggressive with your friends and family. Even if you are right, you will gain nothing from arguing with the one you love, and you have to remember that these people are much more important than the cause you are talking about. The criticism that prevails in relationships reduces happiness by a third. Establishing a local sports team. Experiencing the victories and losses of a beloved sports team helps you feel part of the community, and shows how much you have in common with your neighbors. In addition to the mutual interest, the team gives the community the opportunity to meet on match day. When the team is playing outside, it is normal to see house after house busy with the game. And if you go out into the street, you hear the dialogue about the team, and you immediately feel part of the community. That something connects you with your neighbors and the rest of the whole city. Establishing a local sports soccer team has positive effects by providing mutual interest with others in the community, and increases happiness by 4%. Don't think in terms of what if. Spending your time thinking about what would have happened if you could change a simple thing, a simple decision in your life, is futile and leaves you unhappy. Think about how to improve in the future, but don't make your current thinking about the possibility of changing the past. Studies of athletes who came close to winning but lost in the finals of the Olympics show that those who spend the least amount of time on futile thoughts, and who think about how things could have turned out differently, are the most satisfied with their experiences. Volunteering. There are endless opportunities in every community for your volunteer participation. Whether it's teaching reading or using your time to help a charitable store, anything you can do will not only help the world but you too. Volunteers feel something good about themselves, they feel because they are there, they feel valued, and they are less likely to become bored in their lives. Volunteers feel a reward that can't be obtained any other way. Even if you don't have a lot of time or skills and you have to put aside an hour a month to dedicate yourself to a good cause. Read also, The Benefits of Volunteering in the Life of the Individual and Society. Analysis of a large number of research papers on this topic shows a strong consensus that volunteering contributes to happiness by reducing boredom and creating an increased sense of purpose in life. Volunteers feel twice as happy with themselves as non-volunteers. These were excerpts from the book 100 Simple Secrets of Happy People by David Bevan.